Welcome to The Point. I am Eric Mitchell. Hopefully you had a great holiday weekend. And we're back. A few more weeks to go with season 1 of To The Point. We have a great guest for you this week on the show, but let's hop into what happened since we were last all together. I would say it's something new. Trump loses his mind tweeting, but that seems to be an everyday occurrence. Have you ever seen anyone tweet like this madman does? I mean, 1 minute, Fox is bad. Next minute, One American News, it's where you go. I'm going to go on Fox. How many of you, show of hands, and you could put it in the comments in YouTube, how many of you watched Sunday morning, Maria, in the morning, her show, Maria whatever the hell Maria's last name is, she hosted the president for almost an hour. During that hour, Maria asked 0 tough questions and in fact let this clown just talk. I mean, it was rigged. Rudy is doing a fabulous job. We're doing great in Pennsylvania. We have tons of evidence. Just wait till Arizona. It's rigged. It's rigged. It's rigged. We've all heard this, yet he keeps losing. Hands down, he's lost every battle in Pennsylvania. In fact, on Friday it was released that even his own attorneys have said that they have no evidence. Yet they continually do this. And to add some fuel to the fire, these Pennsylvania Republicans that were summoned to the White House after that Gettysburg, the Gettysburg super spreader event that the Trumps held, which proved nothing. In fact, one of them contracted coronavirus and had to flee the White House. Either he caught it at the White House or caught it at that super spreader event with Rudy Giuliani, whose son, as you may or may not know, also had contracted coronavirus and was supposed to be quarantining. And Rudy's been around everybody who's been around COVID, but not wearing a mask. Why wear a mask? And Jenna Ellis was there next to him. And if you haven't seen Strike Force Zero, that's right. If you're talking about the turd team, that's the team Trump has up that is the spectacles of spectacles. This is your typical Christian woman who throws out Bible verses but yet mocks people right and left. I guess opening the Bible, it takes you too far. You know, Trumplicans have become, they throw their Christianity around, but apparently that scripture in the Bible where it talks about not mocking others and being a good human, that doesn't exist in their world. I mean, Trump just keeps losing. I mean, I haven't seen a team lose this bad since I watched the Harlem Globetrotters beat up on the Washington Generals. I mean, the Washington Generals don't even get to win. And neither does Trump. He keeps losing because he's lying. And it brings me up to an interesting point, that what we're dealing with isn't a competent human being. And I'm not saying that you should be getting your news from any news leader, but it's as simple as picking up and reviewing what's being said in court. What's being said in court, what's being said on TV are two different games. The president isn't playing with a full deck of cards. He's lying. He's manipulating the weaker-minded folks who listen and key in on every word, not the intelligent Republicans, those who don't know, don't have a party, don't have an island. And in fact, the Republican Party is in such disarray, you are now seeing people actually thinking about developing a new Republican Party to keep the conservative values that so many people like, and I'm not going to knock it because I was once a Republican. Now, I'll never return to that party after seeing the way that they've stood up for this misogynistic, lying psychopath who's sitting in the White House right now lying. That's what this man is doing non-stop, and it makes no sense to me for any human being to be able to lie like he has, because it's just not right and it doesn't make any sense. He's consistently lying on Twitter, saying the election was rigged. And in fact, I don't know if you saw it, but on Thanksgiving, yes, after Joe Biden did his address to the nation, President Trump and his little desk, he appeared with a little desk with not even the right, I mean, I think I had better audio equipment. I think I do have better audio equipment than what President Trump had. He sat at a little desk, said how the election was rigged. This is after he decided to hold a late afternoon press conference with the troops, because the troops know that they're loved when the commander-in-chief wants to talk to them at 2:15 a.m. their time, because nothing says you're self-centered like that. Trump says it was rigged. Over and over again in this speech, he then corrected a journalist saying he is the president of the United States. I guess sitting in the White House talking to the president wasn't the dead giveaway that he just needed to tell you he was the president. It's just been awful, and I don't know where we're going to go with this, because this guy's clearly going to make the next 51 days an absolute shit show. Because that's what we're sitting at, is absolutely a nut house, as this man just will not stop. And where do we go from here? There's only up. But how much longer do we deal with it? Because we all know that COVID-19 is one of the biggest things that we're dealing with right now. Absolutely dealing with a crazy COVID-19 crisis, and the numbers keep rising every day. With COVID numbers on the rise, and in fact, the Surgeon General just came out yesterday and announced that he believes that it's going to get worse. We could reach numbers that we've never seen before. They're very afraid of the Thanksgiving travel. It's not getting better, but again, you go to social media, you go to see what Trump and all his supporters are talking about. They're not talking about COVID-19. No. Oh, they were triggered about Thanksgiving. They were highly upset that they were worried that, they couldn't be with their family like all the rest of us, but we understood. If you thought for a minute we enjoyed not being around our families for Thanksgiving, but they love to do this. They love to use the Communist Manifesto as their way to go, or socialism, which they should probably look up those definitions because they have no clue what they're talking about because they're not accurate. It blows my mind with the number of people, the number of Americans and cases that we have throughout our country, and the fact that this president is like, it's me, I lost, but I didn't lose. I don't like saying lose. I actually won. It was rigged. And again, folks, I go back to the same thing. If it was rigged, wouldn't we have booted all the Republicans out of the Senate, not have to sweat a runoff in Georgia? Wouldn't we have booted the scumbags like Matty Gaetz from Florida? Wouldn't we have made sure he didn't get in, or Mitch McConnell? We probably would have made sure Lindsey Graham didn't make it in, but no, we rigged it. This president has know what he's talking about. His supporters are lost, and they just go with everything, and it's weird. These people just don't make any sense. And before we go, I do want to talk about another thing, non-Trump related, the NFL. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you're following this, but the NFL has been plagued with tons and tons and tons of positive test results. We've watched the Pittsburgh Steelers have to move their game back to Tuesday night, December 1st. And now the NFL has announced a December 26th game on Saturday, a triple header because of all these coronavirus-related incidents. When will we take coronavirus serious? This is still the first wave that we blew off. We all wanted to be sugar-coated when we heard Jared Kushner tell us it'll all be gone by Easter. Well, we just celebrated Thanksgiving, and Hanukkah and Christmas are soon to be here. And more Americans are losing their lives. Vaccines are nowhere to be seen. We're told 2 weeks, and hopefully they get here, but it's going to be a long time before you and I get them. What we can hope for is that we get taken care of and that these vaccines do help. Now, I, for one, will not be the first in line to get a vaccine. I want to see how it plays out with everybody else, because I just struggle with the fact that they were able to put this vaccine together so quickly, but not deal with anything else. These numbers are high and alarming, but I want to see the people who made it inject themselves with it. That's where we're at, folks. We need to fix a lot of things. The NFL is a mess. Hopefully they can finish their season. We still have 4 weeks to go, and it's going to be a doozy, and they still haven't decided what they're doing. We have the NBA starting. I don't know, folks. Let me hear your opinion. Do you think we should still be having sports right now, or do you think COVID is out of control and sports just doesn't fit in because we're putting people at risk? It's a good question. I don't have any thoughts on the matter right now. I love sports, and these guys are grown-ups. They know what they're doing. We all make these decisions. But all we can do is look forward to January 20th and take care of each other. We need to worry more about unity and less about division. That's what we have to do here. Now, it is our mission here at To The Point to make sure that we bring up all the news that's new and improved so you get the story straight, unfiltered, and to the point. because that's what we do here. I want to thank everybody for tuning in today and watching the show. Remember, smash that subscribe button, share, hit the bell, and let everybody know about To The Point, because we air every day and we love to have people visit us here on our YouTube channel. Like I said at the beginning, we have a great line of guests this week, so make sure you're checking in. Check out at the end, on the end screen, you can find shows that are next up and follow along for what we're doing. On behalf of the entire team here at To The Point, I'm Eric Mitchell. Be safe, be strong, be smart, and God bless America.